Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of our favorite children's books. So recently I shared with you guys some of our favorite books for babies and toddlers, and today I'm going to be just talking about some of our favorite children's books in general for kids who are maybe a little bit older than that. Books in general I don't think have to be limited to a specific age group. I think these books would be great as long as your child has a longer attention span. So I would say probably ages 3 and older would be better for most of these books. Okay, so the first one I'm going to start with is Pete the Cat. And Pete the Cat is by James Dean. This is just a set of Pete the Cat books that we have that are early readers. One of the reasons I really like Pete the Cat is because the author just gives Pete such a good attitude. He never complains or whines. He's always trying to find the silver lining and have a good attitude and do the right thing. And so I really like these Pete the Cat books because they have a positive feel to them. I feel like it just reinforces those positive character qualities and attitude. Next, I wanted to mention Dr. Seuss. Obviously there's ones like The Cat in the Hat or The Grinch That Stole Christmas. We also have Go Dog Go, The Tooth Book, and this one we just got, it's called Hand, Hand, Fingers, Thumb. And so there's so many good Dr. Seuss books out there. I like Dr. Seuss for his funny illustrations and the rhyming words and just the imagination that goes into all the stories. Next is Beatrix Potter. We have this large collection here of all the different stories that she wrote throughout the years, all in one large book. And so my daughter, who is 6.5, she particularly likes reading this together. And some of them are very short, some of them are longer, but she loves to just go back and look at all the pictures and retell the story in her mind. And so this is really sweet. I love Beatrix Potter's illustrations and the different characters that she develops throughout her stories. It's definitely a nice classic piece to add to your collection. These next few books are ones that my son has really enjoyed. He's very tough and he loves to build things. He likes cars and construction and trains and all those sorts of things. So this book we bought him for his birthday one year, and it's called Steam Train, Dream Train. And throughout the book, the animals are loading up the train and they're heading off into the night and everyone falls asleep at the end. And it just has a lot of good rhyming words and a nice rhythm to it, lots of sounds you can make throughout the story, and the animals are really cute in this book as well. This next book is also a train book, and it's called The Goodnight Train. And in it, these kids are going through the train, they're trying to get settled for bed, and they're going through their whole routine. And at the end, of course, they pull into the train station and it's time for sleep. And so this is a really cute book. It's got a great rhythm, a lot of rhyming words, and lots of different sounds that you can make throughout the story. The next one is called Good Night Construction Site. Basically, it tucks in all these different work vehicles after the end of a long day so that they can go to sleep at night. And so if your child is into construction and things like that, then they would probably love this book. These next couple books are actually ones that we checked out from our local library first, and I liked them so much I went ahead and added them to our home collection. And there's a couple different ones. This one's called Dig Dogs Dig, Build Dogs Build, and Work Dogs Work. And you have the same dogs in each book, and they're always doing some kind of construction project and building things, but you learn a lot of good vocabulary words like foreman or backhoe and things like that that maybe younger kids don't know yet, and they can see it in action and kind of put things in context, which I really liked. And my son likes dogs and he likes construction stuff, and so he really has enjoyed these books a lot. These next books are a collection of stories from Arnold Lobel, and he has written these different Frog and Toad books. And so we have 4 different ones. We have Frog and Toad All Year, we have Frog and Toad Together, Frog and Toad Are Friends, and Days with Frog and Toad. Each of these books has 5 different short stories in them, and so it's like reading a short chapter book. These books would be really nice if you have an early reader, maybe a 2nd grader who can read independently. They're just really simple words, and we just love seeing the funny things that Frog and Toad do together. They're always getting into something, some funny situation throughout the stories, and so these are definitely books that we've enjoyed over the years. Next, we have a collection of stories from Doreen Corrin and Betsy Lewin, So this has 3 different books in it. It's Click Clack Moo, Giggle Giggle Quack, and Doobie Doobie Moo. I think those are the 3 that's in here. And so these are just so funny. We love all the animal sounds and all the mischief that the farm animals get in. And my husband loves to just be silly with these books when he's reading them with the kids. And so it's definitely good if you need a good giggle at the end of the night. These are a great series of stories. Another classic that we really enjoy in our family is Curious George. And so we have several different Curious George like anthologies. This one has 10 different Curious George stories in it. It looks like this. And then we have this Curious George book here. This book has 15 different Curious George stories in it. And then this Curious George book is kind of based off the PBS TV show series, and they just kind of put it into book form. And so this has 8 different Curious George stories that are based off of that TV show. I like Curious George a lot because he's always funny and mischievous and getting into trouble, but at the end he always learns a lesson. And a lot of the newer George stories are also educational, and so they're not only fun, but they're also good for learning. The last 2 books I want to mention are by Cynthia Lord, and they're called Rod Hamster. We actually got this book from a friend of mine for my daughter's birthday, and we just loved it, and so we bought the Happy Birthday Hamster as well. And so both of these are really cute. They have a hamster and his dog friends. I really like these stories because it's kind of interactive. On every page it asks you which would you choose, and so your child gets to kind of point out which one they would choose if they had the choice. And so these are really cute books, and we like the little hamster, and I would definitely recommend checking these out. So I hope that you've enjoyed seeing what some of our favorite children's book authors and stories are. I'd love to hear from you what your favorite children's books are. I'm always looking for new books to check out from the library or add to our collection here at home. I'll have all these books linked in the description box below if you want to check them out from your library or purchase them for yourself. And as always, I hope that you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.